Labour and lying are a genuine match made in heaven. To be honest, I'm not sure why anyone would listen to what they say, but here they are, still giving interviews. In this latest interview, Rachel Reeves is again called out for lying and humiliated once more, and is stuttering as always, not making any sense. She really has learnt how to answer questions from Starmer. In today's video, we will watch and react to the footage, whilst also going over all of the latest news from up and down the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we have new Stuck Farmer t-shirts available on our store. Go grab them now. They are available at britishstand.com or check the link in the description. So have a watch of this mess.
You said to the country back on June the 11th. Here's to you.
I don't need to become Chancellor to know what a mess the government have made of public finances, of public services, and the fact that the tax burden is at its highest level in 70 years. We don't need higher taxes. What we need is growth. And I don't want to, and I have no plans to increase any taxes beyond those which we have already set out.
Now, you specifically said you already knew everything you needed to know, yet on Wednesday you raised taxes by £40 billion. Why would a reasonable person believe a single word that you say in the next 15 minutes and that you'll stick to it?
I was wrong on the 11th of June. I didn't know everything, because when I arrived at the Treasury on the 5th of July, so just under a month after I said those words, I was taken into a room by the senior officials at the Treasury, and they set out the huge black hole in the public finances beyond which anybody knew about at the time of the general election, because the previous government hid it from the country, they hid it from Parliament, and indeed they hid it from the official independent forecaster, the Office of Budget Responsibility. And so when I went into that budget last week, I had to put our public finances back on a firm trajectory, because we saw in the previous Parliament what happens when government loses control of the public finances. And the first commitment we made in our manifesto was to bring stability back to the economy. And that's what I did on Wednesday. OK,
but before we go on to that, let's just deal, frankly, with the arithmetic here. You say that they told you there's this black hole.
Yes.
By your own account, the difference between that was something like 9-10 billion. You've added in pay settlements and so on, but you raised 40 billion. There is a huge... One is growth and the other one is your choices. Now, let's talk about growth. You won't be delivering any, but let's have a look at what the OBR says, that actually growth is going to go up a bit for a couple of years, and then it's going to settle, what, 1.5%. Actually, you've already failed. There isn't going to be the growth that you promised.
Well, I'm not satisfied with those numbers. Those aren't the summit of my ambition, but we're less than 4 months into
the OBR wrong?
Government. No, the OBR aren't wrong. They have factored in the things that we have already announced. But, of course, we've got more to do on growing our economy. That's why we've already published a green paper on our modern industrial strategy. It's why we are reviewing the planning system to get Britain building again. It's why in my first week I announced a review of the pension system to unlock long-term patient capital for businesses. I'm determined to grow the economy.
Are you disappointed by those figures?
I'm not satisfied with those numbers. I want economic growth to be stronger and faster, and I want it to be felt by people all around the country. Just a couple of weeks ago, Trevor, we hosted... Let me just make this point.
What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. Reform UK is significantly impacting the Conservative Party following the record low voter turnout in the Tory leadership contest, which concluded with Kemi Badenoch's victory yesterday. Badenoch received 53,806 votes, while her opponent, Robert Jenrick, garnered 41,388 votes. However, the contest set a record for the lowest turnout and the narrowest victory margin in the history of Tory leadership elections. Only 72.8% of eligible party members participated in the voting, the lowest participation rate since the introduction of member voting in 1998. The results also indicate that the Conservative Party's electorate has decreased by 23.6% since 2022, with just 131,680 eligible voters this time, compared to 172,437 previously. More than 35,000 members chose not to cast their votes. Emma Levin, an associate director at the polling firm Savanta, commented, "Turnout dropped 9 points from the 2022 contest and 14 points from 2019, aligning with our research indicating Conservative councillors' sentiments over the summer. 1 in 7 councillors expressed their intention not to vote in the final 2 contests, suggesting many members were dissatisfied with the options presented. If Badenoch does not succeed as leader, a renewed discussion about the party's selection process is likely." Throughout her campaign, Badenoch vowed to restore the Conservatives to their first principles and promised several policy reviews aimed at establishing a new party platform in the coming months. A significant challenge for Badenoch will be to regain support from Reform UK, which has experienced rapid growth recently. Reports indicate that the party's membership has surpassed 93,000 as of November 3, 2024. Approximately 4 million individuals cast their votes for Nigel Farage's party in the recent general election, which has impacted the Conservative vote significantly. Reform UK councillor Tony Cox remarked on X on Saturday that the number of eligible Tory members has declined to 131,680, a decrease of 23.6% from 172,437 2 years ago. He stated, "I'm not surprised at the plummeting Tory membership." Reform UK leader Nigel Farage directed a message to Conservative members who supported Jenrick, urging those disillusioned by the outcome to join him. He emphasised, "The Tories have made their choice. They've selected Kemi Badenoch over Robert Jenrick. This means the Conservative Party has committed to remaining in the ECHR, impeding our ability to deport foreign criminals and ensuring the boats won't be stopped." Despite being favoured by bookmakers for most of the race, Badenoch's support among MPs ranked 3rd lowest in the final ballot at 34.7%. YouGov polling conducted from October 30th to 30th and 31st revealed that more respondents believed Jenrick would be a better Prime Minister, 12%, compared to Badenoch, 10%, although a majority remained uncertain. Additionally, compared to Sir Keir Starmer, 27% felt he would excel as PM over Badenoch, 20%. Only 19% of the British public expressed interest in the Conservative leadership election, and even among those intending to vote Conservative in 2024, 52% claimed it was of little consequence who emerged victorious. Notably, 51% of voters surveyed believed that the Tory party is not very relevant or entirely irrelevant in the current landscape of British politics. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.